Welcome, everybody. Today is March the 21st, 2023, and we are back with Elisa Moffit here to do an angel card reading for us. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Diana Montijo. I am a holistic healing facilitator in Central California, and Elisa is a local psychic intuitive who does angel card readings. And so she's been generous enough to return and do a reading for the solstice. And I'm going to give her another opportunity to introduce herself. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the energies of now. She's going to do a collective reading for those of us who are here. And then she will pull a card for each of you. Okay, just one card for each of you. And then if you want to book with her, you're welcome to do that too. Okay. Thank you, Elisa.
Oh, thank you for having me. You know, it's such a joy. I had forgotten that we decided to do this once the seasons changed. And so our first one was during the winter solstice, and now here we are at the spring equinox. And it's so much fun to do this for everyone. And it really gets the juices flowing for me. It gets me excited about what's coming and what we're dealing with energy-wise right now. And just a little bit of background about myself. I'm originally from LA, moved to Fresno, California to go to college and realized that there was life without traffic. So I never went back to LA. And Fresno's been good to me. And after, I've always been interested in anything intuitive since I was a kid, and used to get in a lot of trouble for dabbling in that kind of stuff because my mom was very religious. And you know, I did it a lot, and then I put it away, thinking I wasn't supposed to do it. And after raising our daughter, it got to the point where you feel like a part of you is missing. There's a part of me that I'm just kind of stuffed down. So when I turned 40, I started getting involved in all this again, and did more tarot cards, because I started off with tarot cards, and I got into the angel cards and the oracle cards. And I'm a Reiki master teacher, also do divine intentional healing with the angels. Studied with a woman in Seaside, which is Monterey area, for over a year.
Oh, wow.
On just intuitiveness, and decided I'm going to leave my day job and decided to get an office. I work in the way of the, no, not the way of the heart, that's something else. It's the Energy Flow Center for Healing. And so I have an office in the center here in Fresno. And I just love working with people, letting them know what their potentials are, letting them know how the energies can work with them, not against them. So here we are.
And you know what's funny? You're talking about, for those of you who missed it before we hit the record button, we were discussing about being older and how there's a sense of liberation about it. When you're a mom and you're raising your kids, they have to come first. Mm-hmm. And you kind of put a part of yourself in the back seat. And that part of yourself has just been kind of waiting, you know, to be geared up, be expressed, I don't know, I just
authentic.
Yeah. And so we have these, for me, just like for you, I remember when we first met, you were still working. And I was still working in an office, right? Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so you have to perform in an office job because that's what you're getting paid to do. But really, there's this aspect of yourself that's really more authentically you and isn't really fitting in an office environment. And so it feeds my soul, and there's just something about it that is hard to put into words. It is so rewarding in a way that just I don't know how to put it. It's just so rewarding. Do you find that as well?
Yes, I find it very rewarding for me. But it's for me on this spiritual path and reading tarot cards and doing intuitive type work. But the same thing goes with the person who's always wanted to be the chef. I mean, it doesn't have to be spiritual what your authenticness is when you discover that part that you've been denying. It could be writing, it could be cooking, it could just being that person you need to be to fulfill your soul.
Yeah.
And for you and me, it happens to be doing this esoteric type of work. And
Yeah.
for other people, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
But it's just tapping in to that part of you, which kind of segues in to what's going on in the stars right now. So we know yesterday was the first day of spring. It was the vernal equinox. And it's the point in astrology where you're at the 0 point of Aries. And Aries is a beginning of astrology. It's the astrological new year. So the 0 point of astrology is the alpha and omega, where creation happens out of nothingness. And I'm kind of quoting from my astrology teacher who we were talking about this the other day. And it's we've been through Pisces, right? So we've been living in these emotions, living in the world of emotions. And now we come out into Aries, we have been washed clean. And Aries is a fire sign. So it's time to start getting burning. And at the 0 point, and if anybody's familiar with tarot, it's the Fool card is the 0. And you have the picture of the person who has a knapsack on his back in traditional tarot, and he's about ready to walk off a cliff. But it what that means is new beginnings. It's about taking that leap of faith, finding that fire within, and having the courage, the bravery to step forward.
And
And yeah,
what amplifies this energy is that on the 23rd, Pluto is getting ready to leave the anaretic degree of Capricorn and move into 0 degrees of Aquarius.
correct.
You have this 0 and 0 going on, and 29 degrees of Capricorn is very intense. And it's going to be so interesting to see what happens, because it's very intense energy. Collectively, we're all getting ready to be rebirthed.
Mm-hmm.
We're all
Yeah,
getting ready to be rebirthed. It's very new energy and a lot of potentiality,
correct.
infinite
Correct.
potentiality. So it'll be really curious to look back at this day, at this, Zoom meeting we're having, and see what comes of it. And then we've
Right.
got these tarot card readings that you're going to do. You're going to pull a card for each of us, and we get to look back at them and see how it all transpired.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And new moon today too. So, the new moon is always about new beginnings and setting intentions. So this is such a powerful time. 0 degrees Aries, new moon. We have Pluto going into Aquarius. Saturn recently moved into Pisces. And so it's like, wow, big changes for the collective. And we can ride that wave instead of drowning in it. We need to learn how to ride it. And
So one thing I'm sorry to
no,
interrupt,
go ahead. No, go
because
ahead.
you brought something up, and somebody reached out to me recently, and I told her there was something that came to mind to me the other day. My son, he flew me out to Hawaii. I talk about this a lot. He flew me out to Hawaii. We were in the ocean with sea turtles around, and there was this wave coming. And I'm not used to being in the water. I'm not very good in the water. And my son could see me getting kind of tensed up, and he told me, "Mom, you need to relax and just go with the wave, because if you tense up, it's going to knock you over. But if you ride with it, then it's not going to be as intense." And that's
Absolutely.
what I just wanted to speak to what you were saying. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, not at all. And we have so much potential right now. Right now, the world is our oyster. there's also lessons to be learned too. And that is that is, gosh, it's like my train of thought. That is the movement of Pluto into Aquarius. So what Pluto does, Pluto can be our mirror. Pluto is going to make us look at ourselves. Instead of, it's so easy to project. And so what Pluto's going to do is say, no, 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 no. You have to start looking at yourself. No more blaming people. You've got to take responsibility for your actions and for your feelings. Nobody can make you feel a certain way. You take on that responsibility. And Pluto's going to make a lot of people look at themselves, which is good. We all need to do that.
The way that the energy of Pluto shows up is that there's no hiding. There's nowhere to hide. When Pluto, whatever area of your chart Pluto is moving through, collectively, we're receiving this energy at 29 degrees to 0 degrees, 29 of Capricorn, 0 degrees of Aquarius. Right. But individually, it's going to land differently on everybody's chart, and it's going to have angles to planets on your chart. But individually and collectively, we're going through some really major change, and there's no turning back. When Pluto moves through something, it can't, it's forever changed.
Yes, and for anybody who says, I wish for the good old days, not going to happen.
No.
You need to make your new good old days.
Yeah.
And it's, I just wish things were the way they were. Do you really? Maybe yes, maybe no. If you kind of really look at it, and were all those things really great? What about this part of your life or this part of your life? So yeah, there's no going back. It's closing. You know what they say, when one door closes, another one opens, and that's, see, we're going to do this deck here. I don't know if you can see that. It's going to be one that people can pick from. It's almost like that going on right now. We're going to leave the old junk behind, and look, we can go through this gateway, and it's going to be so much better. But some people don't like to change. It's hard for them. We have to respect that. So the overwhelming theme too should be kindness, because everybody's going to learn things about themselves or what's going on in the world differently. And we need to be kind and supportive and compassionate.
I think a lot of people are experiencing a lot of intensity in at least one area of their life, wherever 29 degrees of Capricorn is at. We're all experiencing intensity. Yeah. And if you look collectively at what's happening in the news, the banks are failing, they're going to arrest him. So regardless of whatever your belief system is, it's big for everybody. And we're all in this together. We're all in this together.
Are we going to go to physical war? There's all these things that are happening in the world. It's crazy right now. It's like, wow, what angle do you come at? And basically, you need to go into yourself. This whole thing is about going into Pluto, going into yourself. What do you need to survive this? Because you really can't, same thing. You can't, if the plane's going down, they say, okay, you make sure you put your oxygen mask on first before helping others. That's the thing. You have to take care of yourself first and foremost. Because once you do that, you can help so much better with everybody else. So let's get into some readings here. Or I'll do the collective reading. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to use, I don't know if you can see this here. I'm going to use, is it better this way if I do this?
How many decks do you have, by the way, Elisa?
Okay. In totality, like forever, like in my home and in my office here?
Yeah.
Like between 45 and 50. I know. You know what? I have been very good though. I told myself I was not going to buy any cards in 2023. And I have been good about that. So that has been good. And I said I wasn't going to buy any crystals either, but I am. I want to do some, I want to do like a donation based meditation with a meditation where I kind of talk people through, and then they go into the meditation and they start journaling for their own improvement. I think I'm going to have it in the office. I think I'm going to start in May. And just everybody's going to take some crystals. So of course I had to buy a lot of Lemurian crystals so everybody can borrow one when they're in the office, and just kind of start tapping into themselves.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming up. That's going to be my new thing.
That
but anyway,
good.
I have for the collective reading, I'm doing the Archangel Tarot deck, and I have the Archangel Oracle deck here from Doreen Virtue. I have an Angel Therapy deck that I'll be using. For these 3 decks here will be for the collective reading. And then for the individual reading, I have 2 decks here that people can choose from, either the Archangel Michael deck or the Gateway of Light Activation. And these are those 2 decks here.
Okay.
That's what people will be able to choose from.
I'm going to change the screen so we could see you.
Okay.
Sounds good. You're the star.
Okay. So I'm going to put my phone up here. We have to jiggle around with it a bit so I can, I think that looks pretty darn good. All right. And I'll hold the cards up for everybody to see too. So I've already cleansed the cards. I use sage and Palo Santo when I cleanse the cards. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the decks and see what goes on. I like to do the tarot. Tarot kind of tells me what's going on in the world, in our physical lives, what our pitfalls are, what our good things are. And then the oracle cards are kind of the messages from the universe that kind of go along with the physicality of your life on Earth. So let me go ahead and start shuffling these. These smaller decks are easier. One more. So when I shuffle the cards, it's just based on a feeling, like when I'm going to be done. When you come in for a reading, you shuffle the cards yourself, so you can put your own energy into the cards. Can everybody see this okay, or is it looking, can you see the whole spread?
I can see it. It looks good.
Okay. I don't know if you're able to make things bigger. But I have the 3 tarot here. And then these are the oracle cards from the angels. But I'm first, so funny. Raphael is the equivalent to cups. So what we're dealing is with emotions. And then we'll get to this really quick. The Empress. The Empress card is almost like what the sign of Aries means. But let's start with the 3 of Raphael. So it's reason to celebrate a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. So this is just saying that it's a time to get with your people, get to be with your friends, celebrate what you have. There's no need to pout at what you don't have. And I think it's really important during this time to be with those who treat you with love, who treat you with respect and caring for you. And I thought it was really interesting with the friends card. That is so interesting. Pluto going into Aquarius, because Aquarius is a sign of community and friends. So just celebrate that you're acknowledged by other people in your life is being uplifted. I mean, this is such a beautiful card, the mermaids. Everybody always, when we were little, wanted to be mermaids and swim around and have fun. And you just look at this, yes, the ship is out there, but, sometimes you have to step away from that ship and have a good time with your friends. So as rough as things might get, essentially don't forget about all the friends that you have. Social groups this is just such a card of welcoming love. So I do like that, because we know that things are going to get a little bit tough out there. We can just see how crazy the world is. So this is really nice that we know that can be surrounded by our friends and love, and to seek that out too. If they're feeling kind of down, pick up the phone, call a friend, be open for your friends to get with you, and just celebrate life. Don't let the things get you down. And number 3 is the Empress. Oh my goodness. If in traditional tarot, this is the card where you see the woman, it's almost like a queen sitting in a chair, like almost throne-like, in a beautiful garden setting, and she's extremely pregnant. She's ready to pop. So it's abundance, it's creativity, it's everything that 0 point of Aries is. The world is your oyster. The fire is within. That fire is burning. You need to create. You need to birth your dreams. It's what we have just gotten out of Pisces, where Pisces is very, very dreamy. Pisces is emotional. Pisces is wonderful. I mean, my moon is in Pisces. I love Pisces. Pisces is intuitive. But this one is here. It's like, okay, now what's your next step? What are you going to do to push it through that birth canal, that 0 point of Aries? You need to be active. You need to push that creativity and make it living. It's no longer a dream. It becomes a reality. So this card is reminding you, don't give up on your dreams, and really start thinking. New moon, new beginnings. And it's the time to really start thinking about what you want to do. What do you want to create? This is a brand new astrological year. What is it truly that you want to do? And then we have the 7 of Raphael. It's time to make a decision. Oh my goodness. Be clear about what you want and take action. The need to detoxify. So this one is, you want to do it all. Oh my goodness. There's so many things that you want to get done. It's like, well, I like this. I'm interested in this. It's just telling you, don't be overwhelmed by so many things that you want to do. It's okay to just pick one right now. Just figure out the one that has your most interest at this time and go for it. Pick it. Start going down that road. If that road doesn't work for you and you're thinking, I don't like it, it's okay to say, I'm going to take another fork or do something else. It just doesn't want you to get stuck. It doesn't want you to overthink. And again, it's Raphael, it's emotions, it's the equivalent to the cups. So really start using your heart. What do you want? And go for it. And again, it's right. You have friends that are going to help you. You're ready to pop it out and birth it. So let's get going, people. It's telling you, take your action and do it from the heart. Don't do it because somebody else is telling you to do it. Think about what you really want. Okay. So that's what we have. Go ahead.
Elisa, what is the significance of the numbers, like the number 7? Because it looks like, I know the Empress is a major arcana, and it looks like the Raphael is like a major.
This would be like the 7 of Cups. So the one major arcana that we have is the Empress.
Okay.
So and this is, 3 is a card of balance too. And then I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm not down with numerology that much. I like it. I know when I see numbers at the same time, but am I an expert at numerology? No. If you know it, tell me. I'd be more than happy for you to share it. But I know the 3 is balance. They do like that. And, you think about Father, Son, Holy Ghost. There's so many things that is the 3 spiritually, very much so. And then we have the Empress and then the 7, but that's just so many buckets to choose from. But you have so much support and you're ready. You really need to be ready to do this. Did that kind of answer it for you, Diana? I'm sorry if I.
Oh no, it did. It's just I'm more familiar with like the Rider-Waite cards.
Yes.
And I know that some of those cards, they also have like, for example, the Hangman is a water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio card. They also relate to zodiac signs. And then there's a lot of information in tarot cards.
There is. I have a different deck, and we'll use it for the summertime. I have a different deck. It's more Rider-Waite-ish, and it gives all the different astrological signs and stuff like that in there. So I'll use that one next time, so we can just go another layer into all of this.
No, that's fine. I'm noticing all of the water energy, like in the with the mermaids and.
Yeah, this is a cup card. This is a 3 of Cups. This is a 7 of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
But the 7 of Cups that's the one in the Rider-Waite where the person is looking at all these cups, and some are covered and some look scary, and the person looks a little bit overwhelmed. Let me see if I have so many decks there. I have a tarot deck that I can bring out and show you if that helps. Let's see. Here it is. I don't think I have the Waite card with me. Let's see, Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords. Ooh, the Tower. I always get the Tower. Oh, just ask Jessica Garcia. See, and this is interesting. Here's the Hangman that you were talking about. And see the water element they're showing in there?
Yeah.
And this is the Golden Wheel Tarot. I think this is a Russian or Ukrainian. Let's see. Does everybody have time for this? I'm sorry. Is this okay, everybody?
Yeah.
So here's your 3 of Cups.
Oh, okay.
And that would be more like the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. And then let's see, wands.
But what's nice about the different decks is that they each have their own like symbology in it.
Well, when I read for myself, I don't use an angel, because this is the reason why I use the Archangel tarot deck. Some people that are new to tarot are less threatened by it, because some people think that the tarot is scary, and it's not.
Yeah.
And so when I use this particular set, it just helps people get over that belief system that tarot is scary.
Yeah.
But I would, if I know somebody is a little bit more open and doesn't need to have this, I would not use this deck. Does that make sense?
Yep, it sure does.
That doesn't mean this deck is bad, but I find that a lot of people, especially my newer clients, are very unsure of the tarot. I love the tarot, and that's what I have. I buy. This is a 7 of. I buy a lot of tarot decks, so really cool. Now this one make sense to you? The Seven of Cups, where the person has so many decisions to make. Well, which one do I choose?
Yeah,
And this is
a
like,
lot of
go with your heart.
water energy, and in tarot, any cup cards, it relates to emotions. So
It is, and what I'm looking at this, and it's your potential has to be what's in your heart. You have to do it for you. And like really digging deep, are you doing this for you or are you doing this for somebody else? You know? And so that's what I'm kind of thinking with all this emotion in here. It's just what really comes from your heart. What intuitively do you really want to do? Because this is your opportunity. And I think that's why, again, we're going to have that other energy of Pluto coming in to make us really look at yourself. Like, are you really doing what you want to do? You mean that mirror is going to be right in front of you? But we'll get on with this one too. So now we have what's kind of going on with the other decks here. And this one I thought is cancel, clear, delete. I think we might have gotten this last time. I can't recall, but use only positive words and thoughts as they are rapidly manifesting in form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. Everybody see that? So what this card is telling you, all right, that door of what used to be is closing. We need to cancel, clear, and delete all that old energy that was not serving you for your greater good. So this is just a reminder. And again, who's on that card? That's Archangel Michael. So he's, if you're having trouble thinking, oh my gosh, I just can't get over the situation or what somebody did to me or whatever is keeping you in an old paradigm, ask Archangel Michael to come in and cut those cords for you. He can do that very easily. And no longer think of yourself as a victim. Think of yourself, if anything negative happened, you're a survivor. That's so much more empowering than being a victim. No, you know what? I did what I needed to do. And yeah, this junk happened to me, but look at me. I was able to dust myself off and start fresh. And again, it's just letting you know, no negative self-talk. This is a big thing about that too. So if you've been doing anything like that to yourself, oh, I can't do this. You know, I'm not good enough. With this energy here, with the Aries 0 point, with that fire in your belly, time to create, no negative, like don't tell yourself that you can't do it. That's defeating yourself. So cancel, clear, delete those negative feelings, those negative thoughts. Ask Archangel Michael to come in and help you with it. He needs to be asked. Archangel Michael is always there, but he needs to be asked and he needs your permission to help. And it's just as simple as, you know, to say, Archangel Michael, I'm asking you to please help me right now. I'm feeling like I can't get through this situation. If there's anything that is negative that's attached to me, help me stop thinking about this situation. Please use your incredible sword of holiness and cut it away so I can move on with my life and help me. Thank you. And have the gratitude. And that it's that simple. And you just have that conversation. So it's not complicated at all.
to me, that's the energy of Pluto on the table.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. And when we have our third eye chakra, it's safe for you to see the energy of love in all forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. And also, what's the third eye talking about? Third eye talking about is going within. It's your third eye. It's what you intuit. You know, it's what you're thinking, not what anybody else is thinking. And honest to God, it's not even what I'm telling you. It's using your third eye, this wonderful ability that God has given human beings to use. And it's been too easy for us to forget what our power is. and how much we have within us. Remember what Christ said, the kingdom of God is within us. And I really believe that he's talking about we have all the answers within. So in the third eye, we have that ability to, if intuition, what do I need to do? If there's something that I need to see, but it's like any other type of muscle, it needs to be worked on. It just doesn't, well, it may for some people just light up one day, but usually it's how do you see the future for yourself? Everybody is naturally is interested in clairvoyant, and next door is a clairvoyant. It's a different deck too, but it's just be open to receiving those messages through your third eye. Okay. And if you're a little bit uncomfortable with opening your third eye with the intuition, ask Archangel Michael to be with you. And I mean, the two people that I go to the most are probably Christ and Archangel Michael. And again, even if you're kind of uncomfortable, if you want another ascended master with it, Mother Mary, Buddha, Babaji, anybody like that, to make you feel more comfortable, ask them to be there with you when you open your third eye, so you won't feel as nervous about it. But we all have this natural ability. So it's no negative stuff and start going within. And this is a different deck. You can see the back here. This is a completely different deck. And this is clairvoyance. In other words, more of going within. And we need to really start doing that. And stop looking for gurus. Stop thinking that somebody else has the answers for you. I mean, I hate to say that because how I make my living is by doing this type of stuff, but still, it's great to get the understanding, another person's perspective, but you do need to go within. It's what he says is, Archangel Raziel, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. I mean, I love what I do. I love doing readings, but I'm a firm believer that we all have this ability within us to be our own counsel. And that's what I really want to do this year, is when I would talk about doing those meditation classes and stuff like that, is just teaching people how to go within, seeking for the answers within, and then journaling it all down. And that's just, I think it's really important for people to know that they're powerful enough that they have all the answers within. You might see auras, you might see prisms. It's so interesting. The third eye and the clairvoyance are going hand in hand. Is this the time to really grab hold of your personal power? We have all possibilities at Aries 0 point. We have a new moon. We can do whatever we want. We are such powerful creations from the heavens. And this is letting you know you have universal support helping you with all the stuff that's going on in the world by using your own inner guidance. So
I wanted to say something, Elisa.
Okay.
So one of the things I'm seeing a lot of on YouTube is a lot of people are saying that Pluto moving into Aquarius, there's a possibility for mass awakening of consciousness. Pluto reveals secrets, right? Aquarius is the masses. So there's going to be a lot of secrets being revealed, and some astrologers believe that there's just going to be a lot of people stepping into intuitive gifts, spontaneous seeing. And that's what it's interesting that these cards are coming up. There's a lot of water energy, Pluto's in there, and a lot of that energy of tapping into your intuition.
Isn't that interesting? Because when things are going crazy, how many times do you read 8 different versions of the situation? well, I think it's going to happen this way. Oh, no, that person's not right. I'm right. And it comes to the point where, what do I believe anymore? You go into your third eye, you go into your own consciousness and get the feeling of what's right for you. This is intuition, all this kind of stuff that will help you really get into who you tap into, you, not the television, not some supposed person who knows it all. You know what I mean? It's really about going within and see who resonates with you. How many times have you watched something and it's like the person's extremely respected, but what the person says, it just feels really off to you. It doesn't feel right. You need to honor that. You need to honor that part of your soul and start listening to yourself instead of thinking, well, this person said this, so I better do this. Is that really right for you? And that's part of the birthing process, the empowerment process, the creation process, creating your own inner vision is super important right now, and not listening to all the different angles that people are throwing at you. Go within to find the truth.
And we're not enculturated to do that.
No.
Some people are born with gifts, or they are stepping into them, but for people who are just stepping into them, they're not comfortable, or they're barely learning to trust that information that's coming in.
Correct. And it's true. And that's why if you're uncomfortable, bring in, Christ, Archangel Michael, again, another entity that you trust to help you understand all this stuff. Babaji, Buddha, Ganesha, Mother Mary, whoever that could be, whatever resonates with your belief system, bring that in to help you so you don't feel so alone. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions on this one?
No, I like it.
Okay.
Does anybody have questions? Looks like we're good.
Okay. I'm going to put these aside. And all right. So now I have these two decks here for people to choose from. Archangel Michael, or we have the Archangel Michael deck here. Let's see, from Doreen Virtue. That's this one here. Or we have the Kyle Gray Activation of Light Oracle, or Gateway of Light Activation, sorry.
I love that one.
Isn't that pretty? I like his stuff. I like Kyle Gray's stuff a lot. It resonates with me. So might not be good for everybody, but I like it. So who wants to go first? Oh,
Gina wants to go first.
Gina? Okay, Gina, do you want Archangel Michael or do you want Gateway of Light?
We can't hear you, Gina.
The Gateway.
You can Gateway, okay. All right. All righty, Miss Gina. Okay. It says Sirius star blessings. Yes, proceed. Be seen. Push through. So when you look at this card, it's like the infinite is there. You know, you could, everything is just, the clouds are there and this shining light is letting you know everything is going to be okay. And it's such a beautiful card. And the rays are coming out towards you. And you can just see, like, the clouds look like little pillows to me. They're comforting. It's the brightest star out there. And Sirius, I don't know, the rising of Sirius, the star of Sirius, was really super important to the Egyptians, because that's when the Nile would also rise. It was a timing thing. It was like used as a calendar. So when it rose over the pyramids, they knew that it was going to be, everything was going to start ripening. Everything was going to start growing. They really relied on Sirius. And they actually used to think that the rise of Sirius was the new year. That's how the Egyptians marked the new year, which I think is kind of interesting because we're in our astrological new year too. And it's supporting you. Find the lights in the moments. Even if you're struggling right now, go ahead and just look for what tidbits of light are there for you. And let's think what I want to say. It's just, you're so supportive. Find the light in everything, which you really do a good job of doing anyways. And it was so funny. I was kind of rearranging my cabinets today, and I have a couple bottles of the honey left. And I just, the way the sun in my kitchen was hitting it, I was just admiring how it just looked like golden sunlight. And that's who you are. You know, it's just proceed, be seen, get through what you need to get through, and don't worry about if people see that you're changing. If people see what you're doing, it doesn't matter, because you need to be who you are. You need to be that shining light. Any questions?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay,
Who is
thank you,
next?
Elisa. So next is Nancy, and she wants the Gateway of Life. And then after Nancy is going to be Naleli and her sister. They're both watching together, and I will clarify in a second which tarot deck they want, but
Okay.
it's Gateway of Life for Nancy.
I'm using a little Palo Santo just to kind of clear the cards, because I did put the intention to read for Gina. And so I'm clearing that out for the next reading that I have with Nancy, correct? Okay.
Correct.
Correct. All right, here we go. And then you get a little piece of selenite, tap it and clear out all that energy. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, my. Holy Grail. Inner discovery,
Wow.
finding sacredness. You are what you seek. How about that? Isn't that beautiful?
That's a
That's
beautiful card.
Isn't that? I love this deck. And it was just, you can see why I have so many decks, right? It's like, oh, I gotta have this one. But yeah, this is quite a delightful card, Nancy. What can I say? It's just, we all are always seeking that Holy Grail. And isn't that interesting, is you need to find it from within. It's been, think about the mysteries that are behind the Holy Grail. And it was supposed to be the cup that Christ drank from at the Last Supper. And
That's a powerful card. Is that a major
Just-
arcana?
And just look at that fire energy in there, and like the cup within is overflowing.
That's awesome, Nancy.
And that's like the fire card in there. And I just keep on thinking of that. And it's think about it as your own little secret garden to connect with sacredness and allow your heart to be filled with the sacred. It doesn't have to be religious. It's just whatever is sacred, you know, and that could be earth. It could be, I don't know, your kids. It could be whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be a religious thing. It is just, it's inspiration from the divine to help you in whatever you need to do to move forward. So it really is the quest that you are, you know, because we're at that 0 point of Aries, right? Which is the Fool card. It's like taking that leap of faith and going on that journey. But for you, my dear, it's the journey within. It's the journey within.
That is amazing. Yeah. The
That's
journey
really-
with it.
really
Yeah,
pretty.
that's what it's been. Yeah.
The pretty card.
Oh,
Really
well,
pretty.
thank you.
You're welcome. Time to clear the cards. Okay, and the sisters, what do they like? What do
Okay,
they want?
so Gabriella and Naleli, they are both asking for, hold on, let me double check, Archangel Michael deck.
Oh, righty. Okay, let me clear this one to get it ready. Right. Archangel Michael has already been cleared because nobody's used it yet. So I'll go ahead and start. Gabriella. Okay, I'm getting this really strong message right now is things are never as bad as you think they are. I don't know if your sister's laughing. It's like, yep. But so I'm kind of getting that message. Lean on God and the angels for support. And it's a simple prayer to say, dear God and angels, I give you this, you know, just whatever situation is now and completely. I step out of the way and allow divine miracles to shine through. Everyone and everything is invoked. So
That is a beautiful message. Naleli said that Gabriella just got out of the hospital.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What a
And it
beautiful
just-
message that is. It seems like everyone gets what they need. Isn't that awesome?
And it's just, is she the one, Gabrielle, are you the one that everybody,
Out.
like you're the one that everybody goes to when they need help? Like you're in the family member is like, oh, I got to go to her because I need help and she'll know what to do. And now here's this time when you've been so strong and independent and it's not that way right now. And because you need to heal and it's when you need to be supported.
Yeah, you're right. Completely 100% correct.
And don't single-handedly try to do everything. Is that why you ended up in the hospital to begin with? Maybe you wore yourself down. I don't know. But it's just sometimes we can't be everything to anybody. We have to take care of ourselves. We
Yeah.
have to put our own oxygen mask on first before we help others around us. And so this is just letting you know it's okay to ask for help. You don't always have to be the strong one. Let others assist you if they offer, your friends, family, and it's a great card. It's a great card to let you know you're not alone. You're
Yeah.
you're not an island.
Oh my God.
Any
thank you so much.
questions?
No, just I really needed this. I've been going through some things right now, and it's just crazy because I was telling my sister Nayeli, like, I just been feeling weird. If I'm just gonna say I did go to the hospital and they diagnosed me with pancreatitis. I think
Okay.
that's,
Oh, I heard
so-
that's more painful than having a baby.
yes, it's very painful. I don't have gallstones. That's the good thing. So right now I'm healing and, liquid diets, but sometimes I feel like I have to be the one in charge and figure out, with the family, how things go, be the big sister, because I am the oldest sister, to
Mhm.
fix everything when people are sick or if they need anything, I'm always like the one.
Right. Well, this is a perfect card for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so Tatiana is next, and she would like to request the Gateway of Life.
Did her sister want one too? Did Gabriella's sister want one?
Oh, yes, sorry, Naleli. Yeah, Naleli,
Okay, look.
sorry.
And she wanted the Archangel Michael also, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
so
I'm
you-
sorry, Naleli.
No, you're
No,
okay.
no
You're
worries.
okay. Thank you.
And probably Gabriella would have spoke up and said, "Hey, you skipped my
Yeah, oh
sister."
my gosh, she literally she goes, "What about you?" Oh, it's okay. I'll ask in a while. And it's funny that you say that. You totally said that.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh.
I love this so much, Elisa, because
too. I love
everyone's
doing this.
getting what
I just-
everyone's getting what they need.
I just really love doing this. Okay, here we go. Oh, well, liquid? Okay, then. All right. Alrighty then. Go forward fearlessly. The prayer is, thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, and standing and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. So look at that. It's just like when you you're pretty good about calling in what you need. Mother Mary, Christ, the archangels, and you allow them to help you, and you are on the right path. And as long as your intentions are focused from the heart, loving thoughts, pure intent, your steps will automatically go where they need to go. And you're going to have the desired outcome that you want. And you really walk with them a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
And yeah, I can see you.
It's funny
Yeah,
that
I'm really feeling like a Mother Mary energy right now, big time. So you have no problem calling on these wonderful ascended masters that are here to help us in this physical world. And you've always been put on the right track when you go to them for help, and they will never let you down, and continue what you're doing because it's working for you.
Oh my goodness, that was like such a confirmation. I personally have like, my own little practice going on, and I have a candle specifically, for like my guides and, my ancestors, like the people that are there for me. And like, I've always had that dedication to them of like, creating a candle for them and like allowing them like to help me and like being in my space. And it's funny that you say that, because not that while ago, like I did like a little thing with them. And I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna let you like walk me through, like be with me. Like, and I've always wondered, like, are they here with me? Like, I always
Oh,
talk to them. And like, I've always wondered that, like, are they here? Like, who's here with me? Like I want to know that I'm doing the right thing, like I'm walking forward to like what I want to do. And it was just such a confirmation. Like this, oh, it touched my heart.
That's really great. And when you look at that other collective reading that we had earlier, it's about now trusting yourself and knowing that they are with you.
Yeah.
And this is a powerful card. Look how powerful that woman is
Yes.
sitting there, you know, and allowing the divine to come in. And she walks with the divine. It's almost like that little mini Holy Grail is in that area in there, but
Yeah.
it's just really cool. Any questions on this?
No, it would, wow, it resonated very well. Thank you so much.
Good. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
You
So
are so
Elisa,
welcome.
I
Yeah.
was wrong. Tatiana is not next. It's CJ is next, and she is requesting the Gateway of Life Tarot deck.
Okay. All right. Let me just clear this one out. And my funny little ritual song. You don't have to, I mean, this is my little ritual that I do. And have a little ritual for yourself, no matter what it is. That would be cool. This is CJ?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, CJ. All right. Oh, there we go, right there. Oh, what the
Nice.
heck? Another Holy Grail. This happened last time too, that the same cards were popping up all the time. So this is the one, oh, it's just the inner discovery, finding sacredness within yourself. And that beautiful abundance that you have inside of yourself is that shining brightly in your heart. And wow, if you weren't trusting yourself, you should be trusting yourself now. If you had any doubts about yourself, look at that golden light. If you didn't think you were worthy for anything, delete that memory, delete that belief system, because this card is, you have so much potential, and it's from within, that sacredness that has to, like, divine feminine, or, you know, divine it doesn't matter, divinity, whether it's masculine or feminine, it doesn't really matter, but we all have this within us, that fire that is just pouring out of us, ready to be, you know, when we shine so bright like that, we start really looking into ourselves and developing that sacred part of ourselves, we become brighter and people recognize us more. So if you were, for some reason, I think you were doubting yourself on something. I'm not really quite sure of that.
Yeah.
But this is card letting you know that, honey, you don't need to doubt yourself. I think the biggest thing I get so upset about is how many belief systems we have, whether it be from our parents, our grandparents, school, churches, society, that make us think that we're not good enough and that we don't have what we need within. Oh my goodness, we surely do. We surely do. And it's just like tapping in, taking that quiet time to just center yourself, sit down, breathe that golden, beautiful light into your heart and let it expand. And when you do that and become quiet, everything is possible. And when you start doing that too, it lights up your intuition, your third eye. It just really awakens everything within you. So this is a beautiful card.
Thank
Very
you.
beautiful. Any questions?
No,
Okay.
well, I do actually.
Okay.
I
Please.
noticed that when you're shuffling, that cards pop out and you
Yes.
keep those cards.
Yes.
You're not reshuffling. So
No, no,
I was
'cause
meant
they're
to
called,
have
I
that
call them
card.
jumpers. I call them jumpers. And if anything just kind of pops out like that, that's a card to be read.
Okay.
Don't shove those back. How I read, the
Okay.
way I've been taught. What works for me is it means that spirit is letting you know, like, this one. So, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
So, Elisa, we've had a few people join us since we started.
Okay.
And for now, Tatiana is going to go next, and she's requested the Gateway of Life. And
Okay.
welcome to everyone who's joined us. And we are taking turns, and Elisa is going to be pulling one card for you. You get to choose which deck you would like her to pull from. And so, yeah, just write it in the comments and we will get to you. I appreciate everybody's patience.
Okay. Tatiana. I love this deck. Okay, here we go. The halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. Ooh, that's exciting. I mean, I love to learn and I don't think I can ever learn enough. Look at that. Look at that library of knowledge. Wouldn't you just love to go to that Library of Alexandria before it was burned down? That ancient library was so much information for everyone to have. And the halls of learning, you are open to learning more. You are open. I think you realize that life is always about learning. And it's learning, that's just who you
Creo
are.
que Ángel todavía tiene hambre.
And it's just,
Yo
it's
creo que no se la daría, se me hace
it almost, you know, it's a library, but also looks like a cathedral.
que se haga un pan
It looks
tostado.
like very spiritual.
Le di un palo.
And,
Ya se va, ya le dije a Nicole que se tiene que bañar. ¿Alguien me dijo? Y si tú tienes que te peinar o de sentada, yo te puedo peinar.
Okay, Elisa. Hello? Ah. Okay. Elisa? Hold on.
all right.
Okay, we're back. I don't know where we lost you. Looks like we lost a lot of time. So I'm gonna pause here and ask everybody to please check your speaker and please keep it turned off. I want to apologize because like my phone was ringing and I didn't realize I was not on mute. I have been putting myself on mute. So if we could all mute ourselves so that for the sake of a clean reading for everybody, so that it's a good experience for everybody and nobody misses out on their turn. Okay. So I'm sorry where we missed off, Elisa.
Well, this is like the, you know, like I was saying, it's just like the halls of learning, the halls of information. And I don't know if you heard me say about the immediate thing that I thought about was that ancient library in Alexandria that was destroyed, and all that ancient knowledge from probably interplanetary stuff was there. You know, how we can reach our fullest potential. It was all there. And these halls of learning. So Tatiana, I can always see her wanting to know more. she's never going to be satisfied without, it is wonderful to always want to know more and always learning, being that perpetual student and master at the same time. And like any good master knows there's always more to learn. And it almost looks like a cathedral too. I look at that light shining, and it's almost like being able to go to a place to connect with any informational source, whether it be the Akashic records, whether it be from an ascended master, whether it be from yourself, from a prior life. It's just being able to get the confirmation you need by going to the halls of learning. And it's such a great card. I mean, again, it's very illuminating. Just ancient mystery schools. I don't know if you've been thinking about that. Different areas. And you could be, excuse me, get some water. You could be one of those souls that were here to enlighten people too. You could have so much information in your inner library already that you need to share it. And it's just confirming that learning more is okay. Don't kick yourself for wanting to know more. I don't know if you do that. Some people will say, well, you always want to go to school. You always want to learn something. And when are you going to put it forward? And then, it's like that. It doesn't matter what anybody else's opinion is. It's about what you want to do in the halls of learning and tapping in to either be an ancestral stuff, Akashic record stuff, off-world stuff, whatever it is, it's all available to you. Do you have any questions on that?
No, it's perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Did the person that was before Tatiana get their full reading, their full information? Because I know for a while, if you could please speak up, I know for a while there, everything kind of went south with the recording.
I think I think that there was somebody in the background, and I think you might have tried to mute them. Did you try to mute somebody, Diana?
Yeah, I did.
I think you accidentally muted me.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
That's all right, but I don't think it happened until this reading. I didn't hear like the kids in the background and stuff like that, the husband talking.
Okay.
Until this reading.
Next
So no
is,
worries.
thank you. Next is Alma, and she is requesting the Gateway of Life.
Okay. Alma, how are you? If it's the same Alma that I did reading for before.
Yes.
Okay.
Good, thank you. I think you did it for my sister, for Heidi, long time ago.
Oh, that's right. She gifted it to her sister. Isn't that a nice sister? That's right.
Nice.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
All righty, here we go. Oh, well, look at that. Well, there we go. Ooh. Lemurian seed codes. This is like my favorite stinking crystal in the whole wide world. I have so many of these things. I just love them. Okay. Embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Lemurian, if you ever looked at a Lemurian, I don't know if you can see this. Do you see all those little line striations in there? Is that coming through, Diana? At all? I don't know if you can see that in the crystal.
Yes, it is coming through.
So I don't know if you can see that here. It's the same thing. And that's how you can tell when you have a Lemurian crystal. You'll have these little lines that go across like that. And I wish I could afford a rainbow one, but they're like really super expensive. They come from South America. Lemurians need to come from Brazil. It's the only place that they're at. And it's the card. It's a crystal, I should say. It's a crystal of connecting to the divine, it works as an amplifier. And so it's time to start amplifying your life and embracing what your sensitivities that you already have, your beautiful intuitive abilities that you know you have them, but it's like, oh yeah, whatever. But it's letting you know that the rainbows in you you'll be so much brighter if you start using your own abilities, if you start connecting to the divine more and to the heavens. Do you sometimes feel like you're from another
Planet.
star system?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Lemuria is, a lot of it was in Hawaii, and it was a civilization that was in the Pacific Ocean. And a lot of people believed that it was the remnants of the people that survived Atlantis, and they had a lot of abilities. And the problem with Atlantis, it was almost like you have this faction of people that were like Lemurians that wanted to do everything for good, to make the land healthy. It really living a pure life. And then you had the other faction that was all about power. Kind of sound familiar right now, doesn't it? That was all about power. And they actually, Atlantis blew themselves up. They had these incredible weapons that were, a lot of them created from crystals and things like that, because they knew how to manipulate that type of energy. And they blew themselves up, and it was the Lemurians that survived. And many of them went to Hawaii. And it is just that pureness. It's like an open mind, having a loving heart, and having pure intent is all about Lemuria. And you can really sense when the earth changes, you really feel it. You probably can predict an earthquake. You can probably say, you know, I think something's going to jiggle in a little bit. And it's just tapping into this part of you that is so ethereal, so much of a star seed. And that sometimes it makes you feel unique, because not everybody can get you, but that's all right. It's, who cares? And it's, if you can get a hand on one of these Lemurians, please do. They will amplify what you need to do, and you don't need one this big.
So that will
Yeah.
connect me more
are not-
to the
it
creator.
will work. Is it, if you want to do more self-discovery in that regards, like your Lemurian past, or starseed ability, then it works as an amplifier. I won't say that it will connect you per se, because they don't really work that way. It's, think of, you know, how we have the quartz crystals and clocks and stuff like that. And crystals are used a lot because they amplify the energy, they make it stronger. So if you want to connect more to that kind of stuff, crystals help you do that. They can just amplify that connection, make it stronger, make it clearer to you. And they say that on these Lemurian crystals, all those little lines there are barcodes of information too, that the Lemurians put deep into the earth. Kind of cool, huh? So yeah. Do you have any questions?
What I find interesting about those Lemurian crystals, Alma, I use those in my sessions, and the barcodes. Yes, I was wondering if you were going to mention that about the striations on the crystals. They're all different. If you ever see a Lemurian crystals, the striations are different on each one of them. And think about how we use barcodes to scan information, right? So each Lemurian is encoded with specific information.
Right.
And it's believed that that's information that you get when you purchase a Lemurian, it's something that is meant just for you.
Wow.
Now, I just ordered a half a kilo of Lemurians. They're about 1 to 3 inches. And then they had tangerine Lemurians too, that have they have a little bit of orange in them. So I had to get a half a kilo of those. So when I do these meditations that I want to start doing, I want people to grab, I'll have like a bag of them. You can't take them because they're expensive, but people can use 5 of them. And I want one on top of their head, one at their feet, one on each hand, and one on their heart when we do this type of meditation work to really amplify connections. So yeah, I got my clear ones, but I'm waiting for my tangerine ones. But this is really cool because it kind of gives me, I always get something out of these readings too. And this kind of lets me know, gives me a little something too. So thank you, Alma, very much. I really, gives me a little bit of comfort too in the stuff that I'm doing. Okay.
Okay,
so much.
so next is
Awesome.
Jennifer. And Jennifer, I thought in the comments, I might have seen you say, change your mind on the deck, but as far as I can tell, it's the Archangel Michael deck. And if I am wrong, if you could please unmute yourself and shout out to what you prefer.
Yeah, I like to do the Gateway of Life, please.
Okay. This is Jennifer. Okay, cool. I kind of thought Archangel Michael would be like, oh, everybody would want him, but I'm glad to see that people are going to other ones too. But I haven't brought out Archangel Michael in a while. He's like, I want to come out and play, but it can be a little bit serious too. But yeah, I love this deck. If you can grab anything from Kyle Gray, I have a couple other of his decks of his, and they're just phenomenal. He does a lot of stuff with angels too. I think he's a Brit. I think he's from England. Okay. Jennifer. Nope. You know what? I'm getting 2. Ooh. Okay. One is Stargate Heart. And that says heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. And the other one is angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. A potent connection. Wowee. So have you been wanting to work with the angels more, but what your belief of angels might be a little bit different than like a religious version of angels? I'm not really sure if that's it. But, some people say that the archangels are actually Arcturians. So it can go either way. But to me, I think that's why you have the angelic frequency, because it could be something that is interdimensional or another planetary system. And whatever you believe is right for you, there's no right or wrong. But I'm getting kind of that feeling, Jennifer, that it might be something that's more on the basis of interdimensional, like another star system type thing, because you have the Stargate of the heart. And with the angelic frequency, well, this was the first one. We'll start with the Stargate of the heart. And when we look at that, it's just being able to open our heart. It's not easy, depending on how you grew up, depending on what life has thrown at you. Sometimes we can close off our heart, and it's safer that way, right? And when we do that, we miss out on a lot. So I'm gonna get this here. So when we have this, it's like we miss out on so much if we don't connect with love and generosity. And sometimes when we feel broken, we close off our heart, and our true heart can't come through. And the heart chakra governs so much of our body, our own self-worth, how we react in relationships. And when we see this transport, this open gateway, we know that we can go into the temple of our heart and take away those layers of concrete that we no longer need. It's another way we look at a stargate, it's almost like a pathway. It's and the easiest way to gain access is through the heart. So I don't know if you've been feeling that way at all, or if the world has thrown you some icky stuff lately, but it's saying don't forget the power of your heart and the sacredness of your heart. And it unlocks quite a bit for you. And when we look at the angelic frequency too, I mean, we all know that angels are supposed to be really good. You know, I don't want to, I'm not trying to negate any of this, but some people, oh, we won't say that. It's just the frequency of the angels is pretty dynamic. It's full, it's like once you open the heart gate, all this love can come through from the angelic realm to help you through all this. And I don't know if you've been hearing different sounds in your ears, if you've been hearing sometimes like a tinkling sound, very slight, that kind of lets you know that the angels are close by. And it's really time to let you know that you are safe. No matter what has happened to you and what's hurt you, you are safe. They're there for you. You can tune in to their vibrational aspect by opening your heart. Do I have anything else to say about this? It's just when you look at this, you kind of think like, look at that Emerald City back there. It's just like what everybody wanted. You know, it's just like this beautiful thing, this gateway. And the angels can help you achieve that. And I see these lines here that kind of remind me of the frequency lines that are kind of like in a Lemurian, you know, it's just, but it's this, you know, the lines this way, but it's tapping into that frequency, and it's not hard to do at all. It's just sinking into your heart space and allowing and asking the angels to come through in frequency. And don't be surprised if you hear stuff in your ears. And it can be a pop of the ear. It can be like a little tinkly chime. It can be like a laughter. It can be something really minute, but look for those signs. Look for those signs. Any questions on this?
No, thank you so much. That resonated so much. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, so thank you for that. And Miho is next, and she is requesting the Gateway of Life.
Okay. My little, I need to change out my Palo Santo. It's like, look at, I got like a little pin and stuff like that. It's I think I've kind of burned it. So let me get a new one. I have one right here. I have a small one. I love Palo Santo. It's the wood of the saints. It has such a different smell than sage. And it's really sweet. And it can only be found in Peru. And it has to be sourced from a tree from the Palo Santo tree that's already been fallen. They do not allow, the government will not allow you to chop down a Palo Santo tree. It has to be sourced from a fallen tree that by nature falls from nature. And who do we have again? Who are we doing this for? This is for
Mijo.
Neil. Okay. Ooh. Inner earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. Wow. So this is about, our base chakra is where we get our security from. It's like that basic instinct for survival. And if you've been feeling off, that you don't think you can make it per se, I don't know if this is not, let me see what I want to say. Sometimes you struggle with, am I doing the right thing? Sometimes I think the odds are against me. And this is letting you know that maybe your base chakra is a little bit off per se. And the easiest way to get back into your base chakra is by grounding. And the easiest way to do that, it is putting your bare feet on the ground and sinking. Imagine that roots are coming out of your feet and sinking into the beautiful earth. And that's where you find the strength. Think of the roots of the trees, how they go deep, deep down into earth for stability and security. And the roots are the foundations, and it's about inner earth. So it's about connecting to the planet more. It's about connecting to root down and claim your right to be here. If anybody is trying to give you grief, make you feel like you're not good enough, ground, and that you were born for a reason. You are here for a reason. You are safe, and don't let other people interfere with that. And I think one of the best guided meditations one of my favorite that I do is I walk somebody to a sacred tree, and then we go down into the sacred tree, into the earth. And it's just reclaiming your power that's within you, that you have, and searching. Sometimes you feel scattered, and it's just being able to search within yourself and root down and know that you have a right to feel safe and secure. And root chakra is at the base of your spine too. And even sitting down on the earth is really good to ground yourself and anchoring yourself into the earth to feel stronger and strength. And it's interesting too. The Druids used to, in many ancient cultures, would go to a tree and just put their hands on a tree and just kind of connect with that tree and kind of feel the energy coming from the tree. And also, especially an oak tree, since they're so strong, a person who is feeling overwhelmed at times and needed some feelings just to go away, they would go and give it to the oak tree, and just connect with that, put the palms on the tree and just say, take this from me. And you have a lot of things that you might have buried deep about yourself. If you have, that's okay, but just know that you are the miner, the digger of your own reality, of your own mission and your own purpose. And just, you have a right to be here. That just keeps on telling me that.
Nancy's,
And there's light there.
Nancy's asking for clarification on the Druids and what they used to do.
So the Druids, lots of different, the Druids were in, some people say they came from Ireland originally and came over to Britain, but they were the worshipers of earth. They would be considered pagans now. You can still find Druids in England, but they are the gatekeepers of the earth. So they did a lot of things that would help Mother Earth. They worshiped the earth basically, but their knowledge about the earth, their belief was that the earth has everything for us that we need. So they knew how to be the herbalists. They knew how to be the healers. They used everything that the earth had to offer. But they also took care of the earth too. So that's what a Druid is. But they're mostly based out of the England area. And some say they got their knowledge from star seeds from another dimension, that they came down and helped them understand the earth. I mean, this is thousands and thousands of years ago. And many of them, was kind of interesting, were killed by St. Patrick. We'll just talk about this because they were considered pagan and they didn't want to change their religious belief systems. And so when it's talked about that St. Patrick removed the snakes from England, actually what he did is he killed a lot of people that worship the earth. And still to this day, you will see people, especially in Ireland and stuff, they'll get a snake tattoo. It kind of lets you know that they hold dear that sacred path of the earth. So that's what a Druid is.
My guest name is.
What's that?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that either. Miho? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was someone talking on their speaker.
Okay. Okay, then. Okay. Any questions on this one?
No. Okay. So next is Rose, and she's requesting Archangel Michael.
Okay.
And then Chad is with her, and so she's going to be, Chad is going, hi Chad.
All right.
Okay, so Rose is next, and then Chad will be after, and then after that it's going to be Fela.
Okay. This one is for, I think I have to clean this one. Hang on. I kind of get into the zone, so I get a little bit.
which deck are you doing?
Oh, I'm just cleaning this one before I forget.
Okay.
That's all. I'm doing Archangel Michael for Rose. Just want to make sure I clean this one correctly. There we go. Okay. Now, Archangel Michael has already been cleaned already. All right, Rose, here we go. Oh, well, did everybody see what a jumper is?
I saw that. That's
That just
awesome.
popped right out. The situation is already resolved. My prayer, I give any worries, cares, and concerns to you in exchange for the true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this, whatever detail it is, in a divinely perfect way. So this is like, if you have been worried about something, not quite sure about something, it lets you, it's a reassurance card to let you know that the situation that you've been thinking about has been happily concluded. So the angels have already worked behind the scenes to your concerns. And although you may not think that the issue is resolved yet, you need to let it go and trust that it has been resolved. Relax with the certainty that everything is as it's supposed to be. And there's nothing to worry about. And I look at that too, when you look at this, you look at that person clinging to Archangel Michael. And it's letting you know that the situation is worth saving. So when we resolve resolving a situation doesn't mean you're breaking it off or anything. Like, it's just like it's resolving for you in a way that helps you on your path. And so if you were concerned about a relationship, it could be where it's like there's a potential that it could be worth saving too, and to not worry about it, that the angels have already done what they need to do, and just to let go and to let God.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay.
So next is Chad.
Okay, and he wanted gateway?
No, what do you want?
Oh, you want Archangel Michael too? All right.
Michael.
2 Michaels in a row. All righty.
Sounds like a break.
More. There we go. Let me get a drink of water here.
Mhm.
All right. All right, Chad, here we go. Oh, you get a double. Happens sometimes. Well, here we go. Believe and trust. And it says, before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be fulfilled with strength, courage, and confidence. And the other one is make a commitment. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience. So they kind of go hand in hand, don't they? So if you're asking Archangel Michael to help you believe and trust, and that way you can follow your heart's desire and make that commitment to what's your divine purpose. And that's pretty powerful, the two of those together. And so the believe and trust, when you see that, it's believe, you have to believe everything is whole and healed, and allow your faith to grow stronger. And as you allow your faith to grow stronger in what you want to do, the doors will open, the solutions that you need will open more, but you have to have that trust. It's also a very happy outcome card too. It's just allowing your full potential and trusting your true potential, and that the more you trust it, again, the more things will open up for you. And and part of when you're okay, I'm going to go out of path, it's almost like the 0 point of Aries again. It's what are you going to do? The world is your oyster, so you have to believe in yourself and trust yourself, and that road becomes more open to you. And when we make that commitment, you have to ask, if you're unsure, ask for the guidance that you need. And when you finally decide to make that commitment, that's when that spark happens. Like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm ready to go. Your heart gets that spark of fire and your feet start getting ready to move. And it will allow so much more satisfaction in your life if you make that commitment and allow yourself to move forward. Because without that commitment, it's just, nothing's going to change, basically. So be confident, and that spark of creativity. Think about like raising your paintbrush and, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do. I'm going to use my paintbrush and create this for myself. So that's what this is telling you. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Next is Fela, and she is requesting Archangel Michael deck.
Okie dokie. Palo Santo, one thing, does not like to stay lit.
Tia Fela, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Oops. You're on the right path. The prayer is, Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and the confidence to make healthful life changes. So if you're making some changes in your life, which it sounds like you are, yeah, it's saying definitely do it, because it's going to better you. Whatever changes you're making, the betterment of you is so important. And again, thinking about yourself is not a bad thing to do. Making changes that better yourself are good. And this card comes as like a validation that what you're doing right now, the actions and the path that you're taking, is what's going to give you that inner peace that you're looking for. And you have been listening to the angels and been listening to your self-guidance. I'm getting a thing that you go to Mother Mary. But it's just talking about, they're so happy that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it's okay not to know every single step that's going to be coming forward. You know, you don't need to know that. Just take that one step. And then the next one. You don't need to know what's 50 yards down the path. It's just know that you are being guided and protected in every way. And keep up the good work. Trust your inner guidance. It sounds like it's pretty spot on. I don't know if you're getting a new project or thinking about moving, or whatever that is, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Do you have any
All right.
questions?
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Okay.
Next is Evie, and she's not sure which deck she wants. Do you want to pick Evie?
You want to see, like, this is Archangel Michael. It's the back of it. And then this is the gateway. Or sometimes you can get a feeling by just kind of looking at which one resonates with you more. I need to clear the Michael cards though from the last reading.
Okay. Evie is not speaking up. I wonder if she stepped away. Hold on one second.
Maybe it's in the chat.
Let me look. I think she might have left. Yeah, she's gone.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if you want to pull a card for her to see if maybe she wants to check back. And next after Evie is Lisa, and she wants the Archangel Michael deck.
Okay. Since I didn't know which ones that she wanted, what deck, maybe she'll chime in later. And let's see, because I wasn't sure what card deck to pull from her.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, that makes sense. So then I guess we'll go with Lisa, and she wants the Archangel Michael deck.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, this is your life's purpose. Wowee. Reminds me of that Lemurian card. It's that Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions that I'm taking. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. So he's asking you, but if you're confused, you're not sure about what you're supposed to do, I think you do know. I get this inkling that you do know, you just kind of need the validation that you're on the right path. And you can always go to Archangel Michael. You can go to deep into yourself to get the answers to, or you can go to whatever ascended master that you might be working with. And yes, we all have a life purpose. We are all here to fulfill something. And it doesn't always have to be spiritual. It could be, you know, to be the most successful person that ever walked the earth, to teach others how to be successful. It could be the best mom in the world. It could be the best chef in the world. It doesn't always have to do with being like a spiritual guru. And I just want to let people know that up front, because so many people think that, oh, my path has to be like some kind of a spiritual thing. And it doesn't have to be. It has to be whatever makes you feel fulfilled, what is in your heart. Lots of excitement going on. I don't know if you're thinking about making a career change or something like that, or moving up in the world. It's just about being engaged and working towards what you want. But part of it too is you want to make sure other people are happy too. It's just where in your line of work, it's important for you, for the people that you work with, to feel happiness and joy. You're not the type that's going to backstab them or set them up for failure. That's not how you operate. You want everybody to succeed. And it's time to get ready. I don't know if you were thinking about changing jobs, or another opportunity has come up, but this kind of reminds me of that. Anything, does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm thinking this is just, and deep in your heart, you know what you want already. And it's just going with it. And you see that light, you know, grabbing that light, whether it be Christ, whether it be the angels, whether it be archangel, you know, whoever that is, grabbing that and holding that to your chest, because that's love and light and purity. And that's what you want. So whatever steps you do in a path for yourself, I kind of get it as like a career thing. You always want to be holding love and light. And that's imperative to your success. Okay. Any questions on this?
I'm writing a book.
Okay.
And I have a publisher interested in my material. I'm wondering if that's part of the career path.
It could be, are they asking you to make a lot of changes to your book or anything like that will no longer make you feel fulfilled?
No, they're excited about the material.
Good. I mean, as long as it's for your advancement, I mean, golly, being published like that is a wonderful thing. And they're saying, as long as you're being true to yourself and they're not asking you to make changes that don't go along with what your heart says is true, go for it. Absolutely go for it.
Thank you.
Okay. And you wanted to already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely do it. Do it. Any other questions on this one?
No.
Okay.
So we're running really long on time, and before we all sign off, because I'm going to ask for a card for myself. If there's anybody who has not had a card pulled, if I've missed someone in the chat, Nancy, I'm so glad you're here, because I think at one of the Zoom calls, you asked a question and I missed it. And so I'm really grateful you're here. If anybody hasn't had a turn yet, please raise your hand. And also, I'd like to take an audit to find out where you learned about today's Zoom chat. It helps me for future reference for when I post things on social media. If you could please do me a favor and let me know how you heard about today. And also I wanted to give Elisa an opportunity to tell people how they could find you if they want to schedule a one-on-one reading with you.
Okay. Well, I'm in Fresno, California, and the best way to get a hold of me is texting me. And I don't have a website. I'm not that techie. And my phone number is area code 559.
Oh, wait, stop. Do you want to put that on Zoom, on YouTube?
I don't know. You know, you have it in your website, don't you? You have my contact information.
Yeah,
okay.
You guys could I'll put a link to my website. It's a other resource tab, and you can find Elisa there.
Yeah, I'm there. I need to get a website, but I'm just not. I don't know. I've had so many people offer to do it, and I'm just not excited about it. But I don't know why. I have no reason. Like, maybe that's my mirror that's going to come to me in this whole thing.
I added you on there because, like, I have for anyone who's been on my website, I have a list of resources of other facilitators, practitioners, people who offer different things. Like Tatiana is on there. Just because I know that people need more than just what I offer. I really believe in what I do, but they also, I need a whole approach to healing. So Elisa is on my webpage, and you can find her information there, and I'll put that link below the video.
Okay, thank you, Diana. Thank you very much. So are you the one that's left for the card?
Yes, but Jennifer is asking, how and when will you be announcing your meditation workshops?
Oh, you know what? I have Facebook. So I'll announce it. I don't have Instagram. I know I'm old, but I have Facebook, and my Facebook is Elisa's Reiki and Readings in Fresno. So if you put Elisa's, ELISA''S, Reiki and Readings, Fresno, California, I'll pop up. And my contact information is in there too.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'll be announcing it there.
Okay.
And that's going to be donation based. It's going to be strictly donation based. So I want to give everybody the opportunity to empower themselves. I don't want money to be a reason why they can't have it.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. So if I could get the gateway, that gateway deck is really speaking to me.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Okay. Quick little thing. All right, here we go.
And Lisa says she's doing a talk in Fresno on the 30th for anyone who's interested.
What's that?
Lisa said she's doing a talk in Fresno on the 30th of April for anyone who's interested. So yeah, I don't know what, she's going to send me a link on Facebook.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yay, that's wonderful. Okay, Diane.
Okay.
Higher heart activation. Dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. Isn't that beautiful? That just reminds me of you, because you know your products that you make, they have so much pink in them. You know, I always think about that, because I got some of the rose spray from you and I love it. And this is just, I would think of you as being like this soft, beautiful, heart-based pinkness.
Oh, thank you.
And it's just, and you think about this is dropping the shields, and it's hard to do. It's really hard to do, dropping those shields when our heart's been, you know, hurt, whether it be through relationships, a childhood, or whatever. It's the most important chakra. You know, they're all important, but the heart is one of our foundations, and that's where we can connect and know what's true in our purpose. You know, in our mind's eye, we see something. It's our heart that tells us, yes, this is true. This is what I need. And it's just so fruitful. And you see all that greenery in the picture, and you see that portal that's just true divine love. And it's the love that is always around us. It always exists. It's always there for us. Just sometimes we forget to tap into it. And that gateway just transports us to recognize that love is always around. It's internal. It's what we use to get through our lives the most. And it's recognizing that you are worthy of love, that you are love. And if you don't feel that way, then it's more deep digging in and excavating that heart. And again, if you've experienced heartaches, one of the best ways to heal that is going into the heart center.
It is the gateway between to the upper chakras as well, just like how the sacral is it's funny, there's like there's sections that the energy moves upward, but the heart is the gateway to the higher chakra.
Yeah,
and the
if your heart's blocked, and it's you know, it's work. I even from experience, the hurts that I've had in my life. And, when you start really going deep into your heart, sometimes I'll speak for me, that I would actually see it is almost coated in like a concrete, because I had hardened it so much. And it's being away, being able to chip away at that or make your heart fuller and bigger. So you crack that concrete and allow those hurts to fall away. And when you're able to do that and let that hurt and the hardness go, then you're allowing stuff to come in. Because if you have that boundary and that barrier of the hard heart, that concrete around your heart, nothing new is allowed to get in. And you keep yourself from happiness sometimes when we do that. So
Well,
that's good.
sometimes I have to take my own medicine and listen to my own advice that I give to others, and that really does speak to me. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And anybody else? Are we pretty much done? Or
I think we're done, and we're really very far over time. And Lisa's going to share me a link on Facebook. It's hard to reshare it here, Lisa, so that's why I'm asking for you to send it on Facebook. And
Okay.
again, if you want to book a one-on-one reading with Elisa, you can go to my website. And I want to thank everyone for being here.
yes, thank you so much for trusting me with the messages from the divine. Really, it means the world to me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and we did go long, but I'm gonna sign off for now. And thank you, everybody, for coming.
Okay, bye.
Bye.